Working now. It's working now. No, what had happened was I'd unplugged my mic and plugged it into the laptop when I was in VCs and stuff. Fool of a took, I know. So, yeah, and I forgot to set it back up. How you doing? Congratulations on the first. Ooh. I didn't know I had this song. It's quite catchy. So how's it going? Oh. And this isn't being a fool of a took, this is being a cripple of a cunt. Right, okay. Sorted, I think. Maybe's at a push. So, back on the Monster Hunter. I'm quite excited. I've missed this game. I haven't even played it while I've been doing my thing. I have been playing V-Rising though. And it's good. V-Rising is good. Do you know how hard it is to get a card in an envelope when you've stuffed it with loads of paper hearts and you don't want them falling out? I do. I do not envy you at all. Do you know what made it worse? I also put glitter in it. Because I was that way inclined. Hi, Nikki. How you doing? Thank you for the resub. I appreciate you. 6 months? Jesus. Hope you've been using the shit out of that twerking panda. How you doing? Nice to see you. I just went to start playing the game and I'm still on the just chatting screen. Good times. So I start with a microphone that doesn't work. I was tempted, but I'm not that mean normally. It's only because you'd have to clean it up, innit? Good. How are you? I'm good, thank you, my dear. I've missed you. I know I've seen you in chat, but I've missed you. I'm glad you're doing good, though. Very, very good. Right, I'll swap on to the game screen now. This is a really fucking catchy song. Missed you most. Thanks. Okay. Let's go. I feel like it's not as bright here as normal, which I'm fine with. But at the same time, I'm used to a certain level of bright. Piggy! First we pet, then we carry, then we get goodies. I'm also trying out some new schnazzy headphones. They're not that schnazzy. They're kind of uncomfortable. But, well, they're uncomfortable when you don't place them properly, which I'm not the best at doing right now. That's not very loud, is it? I'm like proper loud. And the game's not as loud as El Gobshite here. Grab kids from clubs will be like, not a problem. Thank you. I appreciate the lurk. Thank you. Oh, here's one. So, I don't know if anyone's seen in the Discord yet, but seeing as it's singles awareness on Saturday, you know, the whole reason that Beard's been stuffing love hearts in a card, I figured we'd play something a bit different. So, I've either got Legislate Larry, which, you know, nothing says Valentine's Day like a middle-aged man trying to bonk school, no, not school kids, oh, don't cancel me, college kids and streak around a campus and all that jazz, you know, just being general dirty mini pervert. Or we could go for a horror game, not that I'm overly fond of that idea, but I'd do it for you, I would do it. Or the only other thing I could really fucking think of was, like, Sims. Because they don't really have many games that are that way inclined. Don't know. Or we just stick with the normal. Oh, did I just lose connection? Did I lose everybody? Because it's just reconnected to my chat room on my chat, so did I disappear? Doesn't say I disappeared. I'm just gonna assume I didn't disappear and it's being weird. Okay, I'll crack on. Registered bounties. What do we have? Limited. Okay. Oh, I got an itchy. Sorry. I got an itchy face. One tail raid. Oh, completed. Away. Go in. Right. Who's disappeared? Me chat decided to suddenly put welcome to the chat room again, so I was like, fuck, did I drop out mid-waffle? Okay, so Aquasac, Rathian Scale, Mud Slug stuff. I can't even remember. Blah, 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 blah. Never mind, I give up. I think I've got a cat hair on my septum ring. It's not my Taj. Shaved it. Beard's fault for lurking. It is. It is. You're right. You went and lurked and everything fucked up. Bitch. I feel like this earphone's gonna fall out. It's not. Because it's wrapped around me. My itty bitty eel. But it's weird. It feels like it's gonna fall out. Right, anyway. Shut up and play the game, god damn it. Ah, that's how I run. Do, 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 do. You got your bone, Bella. Do you have your bone? No, you're not getting up. Get up here. Get up here. What? Get up then. Thank you. I just thought it would work. Right, which is not. Just being dramatic. Very out of character, I know. Oh, I might just go on next. Yeah, we are. Hi, Ace! Congratulations on second. Still win. Of course you did. Ooh. I haven't put my alerts thing up. No E, no E. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Yeah. You got to watch my face. Hello, Gristle. How are you? Welcome in. I am, thank you. I am. The medications have sorted themselves out. I'm no longer like... How are you? How is it going? Oh, I'm sorry, Nikki. I thought you... for some reason, I thought you'd already got second, to be honest. I had an itchy face and it needs to stop it because I don't want to have an itchy face.
Alright, 1 second.
I appreciate you. Does that keep freezing again? Right, that is 100%. 100% Beard's fault. 100%. Everyone's just nice and leaves second to me because they know I deserve it. Fair. I failed. I can't go on. You have not failed. It is not possible for you to fail. Like you said, you left it for him to get. And now you're just trying to cover up your niceness. Wow, that was really good English. Now they need to leave me first. Well, you need to talk to Bearded about that one, pal. That I just work here.
Oh, come on, work.
Oh, come on.
That was so worth it!
Where'd it go?
It's over here. It's over here. Don't worry about it. Come on, grab the gun.
Investigate them where? That's what I'm trying to find out, though. So, how's everybody's Thursday been? Are you all having a good time? I've got a feeling all of my things... Oh, no! It didn't work. We will do it again. In about 5 minutes. Give it time. Everything work? I have a feeling all my filters have gone off the air. Microphone. No, they're there. I'm full of shit. Okay, that's fine. Turn this back up a little bit. Alrighty. So this is saying go find them. So when to do the thing and they're not in there.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was alright. Looking forward to the weekend. Ooh, you got much planned for the weekend? Mine is good. Mine is good. I cannot complain. I may complain about the fact that this isn't being very straightforward. For the most part, look, I'm glad to be back streaming though. I've missed you guys. I haven't missed me technical difficulties, but I've missed you guys. That's a special arena. I mean, technically we're going to find some Rathian scales with that, but that's not what they're saying for us to do. What are they saying for us to do? Is it an event? Nope. Investigate unknown monster tracks. Talk to handler. Talking to
We're on the
handler.
hunt.
D&D on Saturday with my friends. Ooh, nice. Funnily enough, we might be doing D&D on Saturday as well before stream. With Cyberbeard and some Essex girl. And some Welsh dude. And my sibling shall be joining us. With any luck. Hang on, I'm just... Oh, there you go. With that guy. Oh, bless him. He's a bit jumpy. It will be sort of IRL. It'll have to be over Discord because they're like down south. And I am not. Yeah. You are very welcome. Do you know what? I'm just going to go on an expedition because they're doing my head in. Oh, does anyone want us to change weapons before I leave, by the way? Or are we not fussed? I forgot to ask. Do you have your character created yet? I do. So what we're initially doing, because I've never actually played like proper D&D before, and neither's my sister, neither's Essex, some Essex girl. So Cyber is going to give us like a taster round. So we're going to do level 10 characters, so we'll get a rough idea of once we really get into the nitty gritty what it's going to be like. So we're going to have our test around on this Saturday. And I am a druid, because I love druids. I'm a druid magician. I need to tweak some of the settings because he's just added some more stuff on. So initially I could only have a circle of land. But now there's the options like Circle of Moon, Circle of Stars, Circle of this, that, and the other. So I'm going to have to go and look through all them. But I am excited. And I went on Baldur's Gate for, you know how you've got to describe your character and like say what they look like and stuff. I went on Baldur's Gate and I made her. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. I love her so much. But I'm quite excited. Quite excited. I was very tempted to fancy dress for it, but Saturday I won't be able to fancy dress in time. And then I'll be coming into stream with like purple skin because she's got a slight purple tinge to her skin because of like a backstory thing. So I'd be coming on the stream with slightly purple skin.
It's happening.
Oh,
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm.
oh no, I'm on my screen now. How you doing? How was stream? I've literally just shouted you out, but I'll shout you out again. Cosplay stream. Tempting. Tempting. It is. I love me an excuse to dress up. 2 seconds. I'm going to have to adjust this because I don't want to hear my own voice. You guys may not mind it, but ugh. For the love of God, no. Alright, that would, I bet you that was like dead ladylike as well. Okay, you go over there. Quite. So how'd it go? I've got a flipping hair on my lip and it's doing my head in. I'll give you another shouty just because I can.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Oops. I'm gonna assume that did not go according to plan. As soon as I seen it, I knew it was a raid. Well, I shouted you out just before because we're talking about the D&D, and the one that popped up, you had a jump scare. Shocker, I know. But thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. Right, okay, manage item. Restock. Don't need that. No, no, no. Keep them because they make you feel better. No. Ah, no, come back. Say I've been playing Monster Hunter Rise. So now, this is the thing. I love BG3. Too much of that, I got burned out of it. Oh, I also love it. Sadly, I have not reached the burnout stage yet. I should have. I really should have reached the burnout stage. Nope. I simply just have no time to play it. But I love it. It's great. I love it. It's one of my favourite games ever. I'll take one just in case. What's the thingy over button? Is that one? That one. I don't know why the boops are happening, but the boops are happening. Hello, Mr. Maxwell. How are you? I stopped after Act 2. Did you? Oh. I know a lot of people find Act 2 a grind. Cyber will definitely back that statement up. But I quite like it. And I mean, yes, maybe it's because that's when you finally get the big, handsome elf man on your team, which I ain't complaining. But I just like it in general. I think it's good. Act 3 is much better, though. Act 3 would make up for Act 2. See, told you. Nikki, smash! Yes. I'm okay getting my stream set up. Good, good. I'm waiting to have you up on the screen. I'll pick it up one day. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not exactly that it's mad rush. They're actually, I'm pretty sure they're now running the test run of the crossplay and stuff. And, as soon as it's crossplay, you best believe one of the nights that we're streaming is going to be Baldur's Gate, because yes. Right, what are you looking for? That. Christ. Sorry, guys. Stress testing, that's the one. I should know that word. I should have known. Right. Right. We're done. We're good. We're great. Do I need to change my weapon before I leave? Last chance. Boom. I'm so excited for the crossplay on it, honestly. I'm like, everyone, we're playing Baldur's Gate. Come and look at the... No bagpipes. Come and look at the pretty elf I've made. Or the pretty tiefling. Fall in love with that. That shit's beautiful. I haven't got any bagpipes anyway. I sold them all. Not even joking. I sold the bagpipes. No bagpipe. Right, I'm just gonna get out with these. Okay, it's... Spoil spawn. Okay, let's go. Here. I'm allowed to be a spoil sport. My stream. Who did you guys romance in Baldur's Gate 3? Astarion and Halsin. On the first run. I've also romanced Karlach. Sort of romanced Shadowheart. Gale is currently getting romanced. But I made a character called Granger, and she's like identical to Hermione Granger because that's the only person I could think of that would probably be like a good counterpart to Gale. And I understand some people absolutely love Nick Knowles from Wish. I do not. I find him a wee bit intense, and not in the good way. I mean, it's not even the fact that he tries to instantly get in your pants, because so does Astarion. Fine with that. His approach completely different. Everyone. That's how many playthroughs I've done. I am intrigued to romance, oh, what's her name, man? I should have known you'd go with Halton. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Giant elf man, you say? Oh, dearie me. Climb it like a tree. And she did. She did. Everybody loves the bear. Bears are in, and that was a bear I went and met in the woods. I ran to the woods. What's her name? The Githyanki? Wow. Just not in bear form. No, that was a bit much for me. No. Lae'zel, thank you. Yes, I haven't romanced her yet, but I am intrigued. I think she'll be a fun romance. Guaranteed she'll be a bit of a freak. There's a lot of pent-up rage there. Oh, look, it's the Rasta Lizard. I'm not looking for you right now. Jesus, look at him go. No gag. Fucking impressive. Good God. I was going to go for Karlach. Somehow Shadowheart really liked me. Then I tried to pull a Polly on them. But Shadowheart got jealous and turned me down. Yeah, she doesn't do that. Are you patting me, Maxwell? You kinky wee bitch. Wish someone would swallow me like that. Gee, if you're big enough for them to have to do that and extend that much, that's terrifying. She looks stunning. She does, doesn't she? And then we've got Disco Peter Bob. Oh. Hello, my love. How are you? Yeah, kinky wee bitch. I'm going to be saying that all night now. Just random intervals, but oh, yeah, kinky wee bitch. Oh, stop it. You're biased. It's fine. So we're meant to find random question mark scales. Fine with house. How can you not be? You know what I mean? Damn. It's like my fucking pronouns were moto. I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. I'll see myself out. How are all these beautiful people? I prefer the Emperor, to be honest. I'm not even fucking surprised at that one. Yeah, kinky wee bitch. I am good. How are you? You glorious ray of fucking sunshine. I'm not. Sadly, I have seen the scene with the Emperor. And as the Emperor as well, not even as the person that you made, because the person I made him was a bit harried, and I pressed the wrong button. And then Maxwell was in fits, absolute stitches, because he was in chat with us, and all he could hear was, "Oh God, oh no, where's it going?" Ah, because thank you. There's going to be an ad in 1 minute for anyone that gets ads, just so you know. How was your food, some Essex girl? Yes, how was your food? Why did we bow? I ain't doing the hunting horn. Of course very few choose the hunting horn. It's horrible. If you can play the hunting horn, you are a better person than most, because, gosh darn. It was a scene. Oh. Shit gives you nightmares.
Choose your fighter.
The underscore
Slinger
Fantasia underscore
only.
Ace wishes to make a change. Slinger only.
Okay. This should be fun. It's not a hunting horn. Touche. This is going to be interesting. Oh, by the way. Ads are about to start, just so you know. Oh, hang on. If ads are about to start, I should really, like, switch.
Money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to
Oh.
see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
Okay. I'll see how it is. Rude. Yeah, rude. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh my God!
Dickhead.
Okay, it's happening. Everybody
Oh.
stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the
Hello.
procedure? Stay
Hang on.
calm. Wait. Everybody, calm down.
Wait. Hello. Welcome in. Welcome, Raiders, and all that jazz. How are you? Oh, no, there's an ad just started. Hopefully you didn't get that. I'm going to really hope you didn't just get stuck in an ad. Because that would be really bad. How you doing? I haven't seen you in a little while. Right, don't dance. Type. Ads. Oh no! I'll wait. I love how my chat is saying that I'm a raider in my own chat. Imposter syndrome. At least they can't see my little jig. do. I'm gonna get you back for that, mine. Just so you know. I will have my revenge. So we've got a minute and a half to have a bit of a wait and a bit of a chat and contemplate how to get revenge on Cyber. It's the me espresso. It's pretty typical, that, isn't it? Someone raises and adverts. God damn. Do do do. Yay! Welcome back! And thank you for the raid. And how are you? Oh, of course it doesn't work. It's been very naughty recently. I'll threaten it with a bathtub. It'll be fine. Good. I'm not too bad. Thank you. Plodding on. Been off for a little bit. But we're back and we're hopping into the Monster Hunter. And for anyone that... I hope everybody's back from the ads because the spiel is a-coming. We've been away for a little bit. Well, I say a little bit, like a week. But for anyone that doesn't know who we are, I am Panda Pop. We play RPGs. Currently a JRPG, I think. I might get wrong for that one. I got the Monster Hunter bug again. I've already played through it once, so don't worry about any form of spoilers. For anyone that hasn't played through it, I will avoid spoilers. Just so you know, you will be fine. Ish. Because I'm not very good at playing it, so you might get a bit angry. But other than that, we cool. So what were you playing today? Where is it gone? How did stream go? Oh, I like this song too. Oh, you pain in the bottom. Tell you what, Cyber, you are on a mission. I'm going to kick you in the head. Palworld. Ooh, how far into Palworld are you? And was it good? I'm going to swap over onto the game screen. Even though I really like this song. I don't know why I'm whispering. Shh. Level 27. But that's fine. It doesn't even matter if you're level 1. Are you enjoying it? Don't. I might like it. I'll bloody make sure you don't. One way or another. Yeah, shit. Have you done any of... That was easy for me to say. Have you done any of the bosses yet? Also, welcome back from ads. Anyone that stuck around through the ads, I appreciate you. I mean, I appreciate you even if you didn't. Dicks. Didn't jump that time. Right, Slinger only. It's addictive, isn't it? Oh. It's a problem. It's a problem.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like
I
to
see
see
how
you
it
wiggle
is.
wiggle, for sure.
Y'all just picking on me.
AHH chew.
I'll fucking AAH chew you. Wait. You know what I meant. Hiya! The Fantasia Ace claimed that we can only use Slinger, so we're probably gonna die. I've never played Monster Hunter. It's good. I like it. You can capture monsters, but you can't keep them as pets. None to see here. Sorry, you can't keep them as pets. You can... Oh, you butthole. You're on a mission. I'm trying to finish a sentence here. Stop it. Stop it. Right, so. Little bugs that you see running around and stuff. Like, not these things. Where is there a bug? Come on. Give me a bug so I can show. You can keep the little bugs as pets in your room. What we're meant to be doing is finding... How is it a level 2 already? What did you do? God, that's loud. So technically you can keep pets. Like if you can catch that little pink bird there, You can have that as a pet. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, but stop it. Stop. Save your money. Yeah. Well, I pressed the wrong button, so that went well. Look, see, you're getting us all flustered, and I'm not pressing the buttons properly, and god damn it. It's so fun when it's not me. I'll
Mystery
get
Monster's
you
trail
back.
again.
Both of you. And your little dog, too. I know I'm the one with the little dog. Shut up. I would have explained all that so much better. But I'm all flustered and stuff. So. No, you won't. You'll forget by tomorrow. No, I won't.
Here's more of that Mystery
Money
Monster's
don't
trail.
jiggle jiggle.
Gosh darn it,
Falls
stop
like to see
it!
you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Thank you. Stop it. Right. Find footprinty things and stuffs. I'll put you in timeout. She does hate it. I'm meant to be pale, pigmentless. Well, none of these are the thing that I want. That's what I want. So where's the next one then? Do it, bish, I dare you. Last time you dared me, I did it. Just saying. Are we sure we want to stick with that statement? See, Essex got my back. Mm-hmm. Fuck all y'all! Except for the people that haven't been picking on us. You're lovely. Thank you. Where are these scales? Joe. Is this a new one? This isn't a new one, but there are... there's a new one coming out at the end of this month, the beginning of next month, called Monster Hunter Wild. The beta's out at the minute, available to play. Take that, bearded. And thank you, I appreciate you greatly. But you did dare me. You did dare me. I feel bad now. Stop it! I'm untiming him, goddamn. You're a mod, you can untime him. Don't encourage them, don't laugh. Don't laugh! Don't reward bad behaviour. It was an automatic setting. As soon as I saw it said that many seconds, I was like, oops. Stop it. Just in my brain, I'm going, if I sit there and I'm just like, yeah, keep it coming, give me all that money, it'll put you off. It won't, because then you'll turn around and use it again. So be like, well, you told us to.
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
I'm gonna go cry in the corner now. Good. Don't take your phone with you and stay away from buttons like that one. I'm off to stream. Have fun all. Okie dokie. I shall have your window open and you know what I mean? Why was there a couple of Rathian scales and then the rest of it's gone? I like seeing Panda smile and blush. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's a common misconception. Nobody likes that. At all. None. No. Ooh, everybody has an emote. Well, show me my emote then. It's like, you have a new emote. I do appreciate it. I appreciate you all very much. But fucking behave yourself. I will have my revenge. What's the Howard? Then what's the new one we've got? Can I find it? No, I cannot. Oh, I think it was the laughing thing. I don't know. I don't know. Gosh darn it. Now I can't get out of it. There we go. I can't get those emotes. They already have them all. Oh, does everyone get the same one, do they? I thought you got different ones depending on what you already had. I don't know. But thank you very, very much. I appreciate you greatly. All done now, yeah? Good, great. God damn it. But yeah, common misconception that people don't like the smiley blushiness. It's nothing. And I am not cute. I'm 34. Can't be cute at 34. I know I don't look 34. Or act 34. This is not the point I'm trying to make. That's what I try to tell people no one believes is. Fool of a toque. I'm not adorable. You're adorable. What's that one? I like that one. Cuteness knows no age. Shush. You might have my back here. Where are these tracks? Or have I done the mission now? Because it's not saying to find any. I don't think I've done the mission. I need to, like, find the Rathian with the question marks. Kill the Rathian with the question marks, potentially. Oh no, if it expects us to kill the Rathian and all I've got to do is use Sling at him, I'm doomed. Doomed. What's that? Ooh. Think about me every night. Right. I think I'm heading towards where the Rathian normally is, so I've got a good chance. Maybe? Do you sometimes see old people and think they're cute too? I have that when I watch random stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Like, I aspire to be as adorable in old age as Betty White. And as crude and filthy. Because I love Betty White. I will never forgive that year for taking her. Yeah. Oh, I was going to say, so do my pets not react? That was sneaky. Well done. It's like, gosh darn it, she used logic on me. Look, you, I can throw bits of rock too. You're both really helpful. Oh, there you go. Ah, that does more damage. Okay. Technically, I'm still using the slinger. Okay. Stabbing. Right, he's done. Ah. Take this. And this. And that. Ooh. That. Will you leave me alone? Ooh. So I'm potentially going to have to beat a Rathian like this. I see this going really well. What do I do when I'm on its back, though? Oh, no. Ah! Leave me alone. Fuck, missed. I know you can see that. Right, are we done? Are we done now? I'm not going to be able to pick these up, am I? Well, I don't need... I don't need honey. That's what I'm trying to do. Gosh. Run? Oh, I don't need that. It's fine. Yeah, I'm moving. I'm moving. Where's the camp again? Down here. Yes. I wonder if it'll let us unequip all weapons so I don't accidentally use a weapon and I just have to use my slinger. I think. There's a camp up here, so... Oh, no. There's a camp up here somewhere. I nearly died. Well played. I see how it's going to be. It's like, oh, welcome back after a week of not feeling too well. Abuse. I see. I see. Do 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 do. That song's in my head now. Aha! I knew there was a camp somewhere. I knew it. Right. Drop the weapon off. Oh, okay. I think that's unequipped yet. It says it's equipped, but it's disappeared. So I'm just going to say that's unequipped. Nope, still equipped. I'll just have to try and not use it. You go, you go, you go. I love how all I'm meant to do is be finding Rathian's kills. All I've got to do. Oh. Ow. Okay. Did I give Mr. Maxwell a shout out? Oh, I did not. Oh my goodness. Eh. Eh. There you go.
Don't mind the green and the red on my coats. It's perfectly fine.
I know.
I feel like I should level up.
Shame. Ding ding. You never did level up, just so you know.
I just don't know
Snitching.
if I should level up.
Butterfly.
I mean, I could fight the boss and then just...
He did not level up. Wow, bad friend. I know. In my defense, I often claim to be an arsehole, just nobody believes me. Oh, look, there's a Rathian. No, who else is a bad friend? No. Didn't I just see a rat? Okay. I saw a Rathian. It was there. And it's left. Great. Wonderful. Oh. It's nice that it's not being done to me for once. I mean, That is fair. Damn it. I have got 3 different jump scares available because they were requested, and I obviously hate myself. I thought we were over this. Blah, blah, blah.
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
What, it's unacceptable that I don't dislike myself much anymore? Or that I do? Mixed signals. The monster you were tracking will leave soon. I ain't even fully tracked the fucking thing. Almost. I just so happened to look down as that went off. Gonna lurk and get food now. Have a good stream, Panda. Thank you very much. I appreciate the lurk. I hope your food's nice. What are you having? If you haven't already skadoodle to have it. But thank you. I appreciate you. Whee! Because we would survive this. Right. Jesus! So that one works better than the jump scare. Fab. I've reached a stage of life where I'm scared of dicks. I knew it would happen eventually. Yeah, that one didn't do. Because I think it's because I'm used to hearing that one in other streams. That one doesn't quite get us as much. Ooh, that fish looks weird. Mine. No, it's not. Come back, come back, come back. Did I get it? I think I got it. All I want is some bloody footprints. Or something. Someone. Somewhere. I love when my character's like... Right, pick that one up. I'm trying here. Oh, not quite. What time, babes? Right, excuse you. Oh, I'm fine with any time. I can put off stream until like 9 o'clock. I am good, thank you. How are you? I'm only allowed to use me slinger. What's screaming at me? Oh. I don't really know. Oh, claw attack. Claw attack didn't go as well as I thought. I'm gonna do that. Punch its tail off. Right. Grab it. Punch it.
Keep a close eye on your stamina.
From 5.
Grappling onto a monster will burn through it in a hurry.
Yes, I'm sure it will. Excuse me. Thank you. That happened.
Claw attacks to the head will change a monster's course.
Technically still my slinger. Woo! Sorry I'm late, my phone is dead. It's not a problem. You don't have to be sorry. Yeah. Yeah. This is having no effect whatsoever. Punch. Shoot. Run, 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 run. Yoink. Shoot you in the face. With red pits. Yeah. Look at how scared it is. Go fuck yourself. Ooh, what is this? Ooh. In there. Let me tell you something. Ooh. Ooh, it's paralyzed, isn't it? Am I about to be paralyzed? Because that won't be nice. Punch it! Punch it! Grab his dick and twist it! Oh. Don't let that take away from what I just said. Oh, I thought I'd made it run to the tree there. Is it going away now? Yeah, you better run! Little bitch. Ah, ooh. My bad. Right. Are any of these the things that I wanted? Probably not. So we've got some feathers. Question mark Rathian I'm after. Come on, I need some question mark Rathian. Come on. Ooh. Piece of candy. You question mark? Nope. I wonder if I've got to go across like different areas. So find some here and find some in the Wild Spire and find some. I doubt I'll find them in Coral. Coral. Oh. Doodle. Oh, god damn it. Why you gotta be here? Oh, nope, take that up. Rude. Ah, take that. Oop! It farted at me. Oh, I have nothing to shoot it with. I'm gonna punch it in the face some more. And then I'm here. Do that. Give it. Yeah. Yeah. Don't like that, do you, bitch? Whee! Oh, that was classy. Did you just see a big purple question mark, or was that just me? I said hiya. Rude. Not doing too bad with the slinger only business. I'm not dead. Which I'm surprised at. Don't know about you. Pretty surprised. Oh, where'd the butterfly go? Oh, there. Mine. Right, moving on. Yeah, do you know why I don't need to sharpen my weapon? Because I'm not using it. Oh, god damn it. Oh, great. Bloody angry T-Rex. Question mark, Rathian? Anyone? No? Not asking for much, really. I mean, evidently I am. Oh. Let me tell you something. You're a bitch! Ha, that worked. Deserve that. Yeah. I need something to shoot at it with. Excuse me. Oh. Hold, please. Why aren't you blind? Bit of a rude question, I know. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, bone pile. I thought it was something to pick up and shoot at it. Oh, well, that was skill. Take that. And that. And one of these. Maybe one more. Now I'm gonna have to get down. Let go. There we go. Anything to pick up to shoot it with? Anything at all? Aha! Stone! Oh, so yeah. Take that. And some of that. A bit of that too. Oh. You're being a little bit rude. Thank. Oh god. And then I missed. Damn. No, don't worry about that. I know where they are. Not what I want. Ooh. Some more slinger stuff. Another doodle. I just saw it come. Oi. Have I got any? I do not. That shield bearer thing needs a heal. Bella, what are you doing? Up on the bed. Ooh. How pretty. So has anyone got much planned for their weekend or for the rest of this evening or anything at all, really? Other than just chilling out with little old me. No, don't start your bullshit. Don't care. No, I don't want to go that way. Went that way already. Gym and hope to... Well, that second part isn't allowed. Because I need to get revenge, so you're not allowed to unsubscribe until then. I have spoken. Gym part's fine, though. Elias just have a little bit of a dance. The most popular emote does seem to be the twerking panda. Right, been here, there's nothing in here. So we need to go up out here. Question mark. That's all I want. All I want is the question mark stuff. I ain't asking for much. Oh, that sounds friendly. Oh, yep. So I'm just gonna go this way. Just sneak right past you. Nope. Come on, question marks. Hello, lizard. Goodbye, lizard. Oh, Cyber's favorite bit. It's impressive. It's impressive. Ooh! Where are you? Where are they? I see question mark. But I don't see where the fucking flies are. No, not there. Ooh. Fantastic. Now if we could continue with more of those, that would be great. Oh, come on. That was a bit mean. It's like, here, these what you're looking for? Yes! Good, no, that's all you have. Mean. Doodle. Ooh. Oh, what we found. Nice. We found a gold bloom. Quite like Jeff Goldblum. I think he's cool. Evidently it's not that rare then. Oh, excuse me, now is not the time to go into a stairy. Jagras footprint. Oh, Jagras, sorry. Right. Howie. Question marks. Give me the question marks. For the love of God. No. Ooh. No question marks. I know exactly what that is. Room service. Slightly random. It's not completely random because I was just singing the song about it. If you were coming home to a individual that looked like that, why would you cheat? Why? Like, it doesn't compute. A decaying carcass. Nice. Where are these goddamn footprints? I've got a feeling I might have to get them in the other place, like Wildspire and stuff now. I mean, that is fair. I never really understand it when anyone gets cheated on. But Sabrina? I mean, I've been cheated on and I didn't understand why... I didn't understand why I got cheated on because you can easily just leave the relationship first. But, like... Sabrina? And he was punching too. Like he was punching. And even punching, he's like, eh. You can go with this, or you can go with that. Ooh, is this another place that they are? I think I might find some here, if anywhere. If I don't find any here, then I'm going to the other place. It's insane. The Puka Puka can move. Yep, I think we're gonna have to go to Wildspire. Because this is another place where the Rathian normally is. And there's no more question marks. Great. Now we'll go to the other expedition. Because it could be that I've got enough here and I need to get them elsewhere. Oh, nice. If you would like a weapon change, now is the time. Just in case anyone's unaware of how to do that, it is choose your champion in the redeem section. And it'll tell us what you want. We don't have bagpipes. I have sold them all. Because I dislike them greatly. Bless you, whoever that was.
Hey, partner.
Boo! I don't know, it says go to her and investigate these unknown monster tracks, but then it does not give us a further step. Post a quest, nothing. Nothing unassigned. There's a few in all the optionals. So I saw that one. I just so happened to look down there. Unlucky. I'm gonna go Wildspire first and I'll come back. Damn you. You do it to me all the time. All the time. Anytime I'm like, ooh, I'll try because it's been a while. I haven't tried to scare him yet. You look down. Guaranteed. Right. Let's go to here. See if we can find any. I think I should like rip my arm open. Jesus. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt a lot. Make sure I don't drop it. Do 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 do. Why is that song popped into my head? Okay. No. Pay with money and skedoodle. Hopefully find these feckin' tracks. Whee! Fix that later. Nope. Oh, it's fish person. Where would they be in here though? That's what I'm wondering. Possibly next to where the Diablo is? Maybe? Maybe. Yoink. Ooh, there's possibly some round where the Puke Puke is. We'll shall find out. Oh, well, there's a Rathian. Not what I'm looking for. Well, sort of what I'm looking for, but not that exact thing. Nope, and that way. Don't need that. Come on. Oh, yay!
That's a pretty good chunk of evidence that we found. How about we report back to the ecological research team?
Really? After the time I've spent in that other place, I come here, pick one up, and she's like, oh, that should do it. Fuck you. I'm looking for them all. Bitch. That's typical, innit? Oh, you know how you've been looking for this for ages. If you go over here, Take a couple of steps, you're done now. Grr. Ooh. Let me tell you something. Ooh. Web them skills, web them skills. Oh, over here. Nothing to see. Keep walking. Uh-huh. Where was it? Ah. Shut up. Shut up. Fuck. Oh. Goodbye. Not just like, I'm gonna die. Love me some Monster Hunter. Hello, lovely. How are you? Nice to see ya. Kill the Rathian. I mean, I'll try. Oh, why is it not working? Do you think if I just shouted it a bit? They don't, do they? Oh, here, I quit. No, it did. Ooh, breaking the window now. It did the same for Immortal and for Graysoul. It's just being mean. Seems to be a theme today. How are you, lovely? How you doing? How is everyone's favourite panda? I don't know, you'll have to ask them. I'm joking. I'm good, thank you. Been getting picked on. People have been like giving us affection and stuff. They made us blush. Pet lip. If it means throwing money at someone, then I'm the meanest. I mean, now you're making it sound like a stripper. You're being loved in a way only I could express. Woo! Excuse me, I'm having a conversation. Bitch. Woo! No, look, when I said bitch, I meant... Oh, fuck it! I deserve that. Ha! You're poisoned. Damn it. Oh! Bitch. Thanks. If the shoe fits. I'm not a stripper. People would pay me to keep my clothes on. Maybe that's where I should... Look, you're gonna kill us in a minute. This is mean. Can I just heal, please? Not my fault you're poisoned. It's clearly somebody else. I love that drag one. No. 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 Woo! Sit down. Ah. It's all about the drag. Love drag. It's fabulous. So I'm not allowed to use a weapon. I've got to use claw until somebody else picks a weapon. I'm literally using this thing. Woo! And I have nothing to report it at. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Stone. Hip. Anything. Anything at all. Nope. Okay. Ooh! You're mean. Oh.
You can do it!
Thank you.
Well played. Get up. Move. Stupid. Where are you going? Yeah, you better run. Scary. We're gonna have so many clips to look through. I'm just gonna be like, oh, cringe. I'll be like, did you declare that you're a stripper? Maybe. Well, it went up. Yeah. So. Oh no, we've done them scales. Where'd it go? There. Of course, the other way to where I'm going. Ooh, we're gonna have an ad in 1 minute, just so you know. When the ad comes on, I will go onto the chatting screen so you don't miss anything in the game. Whee! Unless I'm in the middle of getting my arse kicked, then you won't really be missing much. Haha! Take that! Is there any more stone? We're in the desert. If you're telling me there's any more stone when I'm in a desert. Thank you. Full of shit. Fucking hit the wall! Bitch! Fuck you! Stab it! Punch it in the face! Fucking hiya! Kind of deserved. I'm gonna tell you something. Oh,
Excuse me.
Yoink. Oh, stone. Up. Pick it up. Whoa. Oh no. Oh no. Ooh. Ah. Ee. Do you mind? Did you get it? The fuck. Yeah. Turn. Or don't. Ah, in your face. More in your face. Have some of that, bitch. Want some more? In your face. Suck it. I know there's an add-on, but I did pre-warn if I were in the middle of getting my bottom kicked. Tough shit. Oh no, I'm out of there. Deserve that. Stab it in the butt. Rathian. Rathian. No, that's a Barrett. Okay, so we're probably not gonna kill it with the I'll try. I'll try really hard. Barrett. That sometimes gets the Diablo to come up. Evidently this time it's like you're on your own, motherfucker. Did that hurt? I'm sorry. Ooh. Let's dance. Ooh. Rude. Any more rock? Oh, excuse me. Unnecessary behavior. Oh, yeah. Take that. And that. Oh. We're just gonna spin around for a bit. Until that happens. Any more? Any more stone? No. My kingdom for some stone. That went off. Will you just grab it? I mean, at least the damage taken was reduced. Stab it. Get it. Punch it head. Pandy! Hi! How you doing? Oh, that was silly. Don't run under the giant thing. That was that. That's what I get. Oh, come on. Oh. Excuse me. I'm just gonna sneak right past you. Good thing I kept my cool. I'm alive still. Good. I appreciate that. I am glad you are still alive. You're a fucking big meanie. Has anyone ever told you that? Now you're a fucking blind big meanie. How do I have apples? Motherfucker. Yeah, tail. Got your tail. Not what I meant to do, but I'll take it. It's a shame that's not breaking it. That's what everyone keeps saying. And I'm just here to exist. Hopefully it will be easier and it'll get a bit better. I mean, I personally think it will get better because I feel like it always eventually gets better, but that doesn't mean it's not going to be an absolute arse now. But at least there's lots of people that are glad you were here. That is a plus. Not everybody can say that. So that's a nice thing to look at, I suppose. Oh, there was a cactus here. There was a cactus and we missed it. Oh, hang on. Do a shouty for the pandy. It's
Yeah,
getting better
you.
slowly.
You've never seen
easier.
Korean space,
Been
have
a
you?
month tomorrow. Well, at least it's getting better. There is always that. I know you're still gonna have like up days and down days and stuff. But you are a tough cookie. You may not feel it, but you've got this far. I sound like a live, laugh, love card. I don't mean to. It'll get better. Oh, really? Whee! Can I use weapons yet? I'm not going to get very far like this. Right, what was I saying? Bring the monster here, okay. Not that monster, that monster. Come here. Oh, and there's me poisoned. I'm sick of people telling me when I least expect it and stop looking is when I will find someone. I don't want to find someone. Oh, if you don't want to find someone, you don't have to. You're under no obligation to find somebody. And I wouldn't say finding someone's a priority. The priority is getting you in a place where you feel better, where it's easier to manage, and where you can see potentially different futures for yourself. If that involves somebody else, then fair enough. If it doesn't, champion. You do find that when you break up with, like, when you have a breakup, for some reason people seem to think that what you want to hear is, don't worry, there will be another relationship. Okay. Like, that doesn't make this feel better. Your priority's you. Really, all this time and now I find the footprints. And there's nothing wrong with still crying. Honestly, I wish I cried more. I'd probably be much healthier. I need something. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I know where I can get something. Where you going? Where you going? Give me some shit. Thank you. Woo! Bitch. Shoot it! Oh, really? Did I just use that? God damn it. Fucking stupid piece of fucking shit. Woo! Not in the mood to find someone else. I mean, there's nothing to say that with a bit of time and with a bit of, you know, healing on both sides and stuff, that it may not end up like back the way you want it. You never know, but your focus, like, you're right, your focus shouldn't be on another relationship or anything like that. Your focus should be on getting you to a place where you feel better. Oopsie. I am a big believer in if things are meant to be, things are meant to be one way or another. Whether it's, you know, works the first time, doesn't work the first time, anything like that, then... Oh, I am gonna die. Sorry. I know I was, like, waffling. It landed on me. That's the first death I've had playing this game so far. Like, this game. I want to love myself and my friends. And I know that's hard for some people to understand. No. I completely agree. You didn't get me killed, sweetheart. It's okay. And plus, this is a game. I can respawn. It's fine. You are priority over a game. But yeah, focusing on yourself, feeling better in yourself, in your situation, and things like that is the priority. Wanting to love yourself and love your friends is a very healthy mindset to have. Fixating on, like, you know, oh, you can have another relationship later. A relationship doesn't make you who you are. A relationship's meant to be a benefit of life if you choose to have it, you know what I mean? It's not... You don't need one in order to feel better about yourself. You don't need one in order to have a happy life or anything like that. It's meant to be a fucking plus, not a be-all and end-all. I think that's a really good goal to have. I mean, how many people can honestly say that they're happy with themselves and they love themselves? Not fucking many. Some can say they don't hate themselves, yeah. But how many people do you know, even in your current friend group, where if you turn around and say, tell us things you love about yourself? I'll wait. I don't know many people that can turn around about themselves and say, I love this aspect of myself, and say it with the whole fucking chest. No. I know people that like things about themselves. My ego! Ace, can I use a weapon yet? Kick a fucking frog. Yeah, suck it, motherfucker. Good, you should like yourself. I mean, I'm glad you don't hate yourself.
Cyberbeard wishes
Use
to
a
make
weapon.
a change. Use a weapon.
Ooh. Motherfucker. Ooh, bitch. Got too carried away, got too carried away, got too carried away. Ah! Give me the fucking fly! Thank you. Oh no, I've got no anti-venom. Shit. No, I get that, and I agree. I do think that is a good thing. That's the one nice thing you've done tonight, Cyber. Thanks. I mean, it's technically not the one nice thing you've done, but you know what I mean. Still gonna get you back. Right, I need to find antidote stuff because I don't have none no more. Where'd that thing go? Is it left? Motherfucker. Well, I think we've got enough stuff now to go and do the other beige that we need to do. Shall we see? Because if I go back and it's still telling us to fucking find stuff. punch someone. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I knew that. Right, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Load, goddammit, load. I mean, just remember though that little community that you support supports you as well. So,
We've
they
made
got
good
your
progress
back.
on that mystery monster. Want to report to the ecological research team?
I mean, I've not really got a choice, have I? So, where are you? Are you it? Nope. Are you it?
Come here, kid. Got some words for you.
Nope. Use a weapon. I wonder if you can actually kill a creature with just a claw. Maybe as if it's a hunt quest, because then they don't just fly off and leave. Or if you just stockpile yourself with, like, throwing knives and things like that. Maybe you can do it that way. Hey, piggy.
Yes.
I like that people don't have to worry about being judged by me. Literally have had people come to me because they know I will support them and love them. And that's good. That is good. I'd take pride in that.
Try hard, will you?
Well, that troublemaker is gonna
That's
make
like, that's
even
a
more
flex.
trouble if we don't get out there and investigate.
And I wasn't being sarcastic there. That sounded sarcastic to me. It wasn't sarcasm. Right. Ah, except tickled pink. But this isn't for a Rathian. Tickled pink is a Rathaloo. This is going to be fun. No. Oh, it's not. My apologies. It's for an angry T-Rex. Use voucher. Okay, let's go. Do, 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 do. No, I went the wrong way. Nope, nope, nope. Just in case. Because this thing is nasty. Okie dokie. Have we seen Anjanath armor yet? I don't know if we've seen Anjanath armor yet. We will after this. Do, 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 do. I didn't turn the fucking game volume back up. Sorry.
Watch yourself.
Oh, food, 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 food. No. Doot, doot, boop. And we're off. Whee! Anjanath footprint. you ready? Hello. Ooh. Loud. God damn. It just snorted at me. Apologies if that broke anyone else's ears as much as it nearly broke mine. Woo! I jumped out the way of that naughty. Swish, swish. Swing, swing. Hit the thing. God damn. Ha! Take that. Whoa. Excuse me. Billy Elliot my way on over. Why not? Thanks. Ooh. Thank you. Ouch. I'm on fire. Go out. There we go. Fucking hell. Okay, it's so much easier with a weapon. Oop. Oh. Excuse me. Oh yeah! Got your tail. Understandably, he's quite mad. I've only just noticed. I didn't realise that was on at 600 points. I need to change that. Everyone seen that dodge? Won't happen again. Are you gonna... Thank you. It's just like, just swing back and forth like Tarzan. Nope. Naughty. Excuse me. Deserve that. Sure. I didn't pick up any trunk things. Can I make any? No. Oh dear. I'll try putting a trap down. I think they're big enough. I've got nothing to shoot it with. Oh well, this is gonna hurt. Hello, how are you? Stream is good. That hurt. Don't let that take away from what I just said. I haven't got any trunk stuff. Oh! Oh! Go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep, go sleep! Nope. I tried. No, don't you fall asleep. Get up. Damn it, get up. That's what you get. That is what you get. How's your streams been going? It's a very aggressive snort, isn't it? That looks like it hurt. That also looked like it hurt. You're happy you've got one day left. Well, yeah. Takes a lot out of you, that much streaming. You wouldn't think it initially, but... Ow. That hurt. No, get there we go. Cheeky buggers. I'll get you. I will sort out a shouty for you in a second, my dear. You, motherfucker. Hit me in the face. Nope, that one's down. Uh-oh. Oh great, now I'm poisoned. Not bad. Come on, get up. Oh, I missed it. Just got Morley's delivered. I have no idea what that is, but good. Can't believe I forgot the trunks. What, pray tell, is a Morley's? Oh. Wow, that is loud.
Double kill. Enemy slain.
I should think so with all that commotion. God damn. No one's been clipping the mine streams. I don't often really get clips. I've had a few today.
Still in one
Just 'cause
piece, then?
people were in clippy moods. Still full of Wild Rift gameplay. Well, just have to stream more things and it'll happen. I mean, go through your VODs and clip some yourself if there's things that have happened in it. You are allowed to do that.
Try hard, will you?
We need to find a lot more evidence of that mystery
That's
monster.
effort. I mean, yeah. Kind of is.
Hey, partner.
Ooh, the Argosy has returned.
Oh, it's you.
Right, collect all the honey. Fertilize that. We still only have one cultivating slot, that's fine. Talk to this bitch. Is a melder. Not Imelda, is a melder. That sounds really lovely in Mila goals, just saying. She'll make things in a big pot.
Oh.
I renamed my pig. What did you name the pig? To see, we can make different things like spring blossom ticket, summer ticket, autumn ticket. And we have 11 appreciation tickets, so if I make one of each. That not enough. Oh, so I need to use 3. Okay. What are you doing? Right. Behave yourself. Jesus. Melissa and the cat's Willow. Okay. Any specific reason for those names, or just felt like it? Well, we're gonna not have the winter ticket, but we're gonna go and see what the rest of it, because each ticket makes a type of armor. I just can't remember what now. So let's go have a look. And they do decorations and stuff as well. Oh, Argosy. Argosy. I'll take it all. And then go to this guy.
Hi.
It's still wanting us to search for them trap. God damn it. Sell. No. From item box. Trade in items. Excuse me, blanket. Do 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 do.
All right.
Okie dokie. Right, let's have a look. What have we got? Priorities. Palico first. So, let's have a look. So this is out of the autumn set. Oh, I've got... That's so cute. Oh man. I need to find a way to get more of them tickets. That's from the summer set. It's kind of cute. Not as cute. And this is going to be the spring set. Aww. I like that. That's very like Austin Powers. It's making me think of Jamiroquai actually, if I'm honest. But that. That has to happen. Can I add them to my wish list? Get it? I can't. Not yet. I'll need to make more tickets. Is that weapon better than the one we've got right now? It is. So I can either make the weapon, the head. Oh my goodness. Or the body. But I can only make one. That's fab. The weapon's probably better though. I'll be able to get more of them points. You know when you do the research quest, you normally get appreciation tickets off that. If I remember correctly. Right, Rathian.
Oh. Isn't it precious?
I totally don't have wish lists on Amazon and display it with tons of panda stuff. What's display it? I've not heard of that one. Nothing wrong with having loads of panda stuff. You should see the wish list on my Amazon. Woo. It's now pandas and dice. Look at that mustache. That's a good mustache. We've seen all these ones. Oh, it's because we're in the alpha set now. So this is with appreciation tickets. Yep, we've already got that. Metal picks. Oh, okay. Like metal canvas. I know what that is. Right, what armor can we get with that? They're cool as fuck. I'll have to look at them when I get off here. Yeah, I have some already on my walls, and the amount of panda stuff they have is intense. Oh well, I'm definitely gonna have to have a look now. So the cat gets to look cute as fuck. And we get that. Bit rude, really. Bit rude. Right, this is the summer stuff. Oh. That's a choice. I mean, the tubes wiggle. That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Blossom. I'm glad I got the Palico stuff. Yep. Hello. Oh, go on then.
Thanks.
Just in case anyone missed it, you know the big giant magma dinosaur thing? This is what we get. This is what we get. That is the other option. Oh yes, because we've got alpha and beta of things now. Do you know what I really like? I know metal canvas thing. Has anyone got or heard of Metal Earth? I love Metal Earth stuff. So Anjanath Beta, Anjanath Alpha. There's not massive differences between the alphas and betas. I can practically hear Booktok screaming at me right now. See, that one's literally just a difference in the under armor. Puke Puke, Robin Hood, not Robin Hood. I do like the headdress on that, you know. Oh, that one. Okay. Jagras. No major difference there. Their glove. No. Their pants. Which you can't really see. Their gloves. Which. Oh, this one's minging. Are you ready? The nose wiggles. Ugh. Lovely. Yeah. Vespoid. Again, just a colour in the leather. Butterfly. I kind of like this one, I'm not going to lie. And then you can be an emo butterfly. I kind of like the lighter one. I do. I like that one. Cutesy. Tina Turner or Goth Tina Turner. I don't know why that makes us think of Tina Turner. I think it's like the Mad Max thing, the 80s one. Hunter, chainmail, leather. And then, of course, the gala suit. Which I don't think we can get now because I spent all the coins. Okay, can we upgrade the weapon? No. Ooh, that's a dragon one though, and we're close to that, so that should be fun. It's a danger lamp. Ooh, they turn into axes. Nice. We've got a new thing on the bone tree, have we? Nope. Oh, we can make dragon bone ones. Kirin. I haven't fought Kirin yet. I don't know why it's letting us see Kirin stuff. Kinda rude. Okay, so next we have where else could we possibly need to find some of this stuff? It's not even saying to talk to her anymore, it's literally just saying to go on an expedition. The Meowscular chef. Hi, Harold! I have to take my eldest to an appointment, but I'll have you tabbed till I get there. And will then properly annoy you. Okay! You never annoy me, but you can try. Thank you, I appreciate the lurk, and I hope you and everybody in the Famalam is doing well. This cat's
But it gave me a bit of sons of bitch. I'm gonna hate dance for you. Do you like it? Do you love my hate? Do you enjoy how much I hate you right now? Shit. It has been almost an hour of me doing this dance. You fucking asshole.
That's brilliant. Brilliant. Yeah, this cat continuously, like, yeah. I love this cat. Flexing in the canteen, he says. Two hours! Good God. Who needs the gym? See, it's... I'm gonna be naughty. I'm going to be naughty, and I'm gonna quickly Google it. Because I've got a feeling this is trying to have my life. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I'm sure all I've got to do is find the scales, but I don't know if it's in every region or just those two. Well, it would help if I looked properly. Me, I need the gym, or even someone called Jim. You hit that stage. Do 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 do. Oh, so it's literally anywhere. Anyway, of course it is. So we'll do some optionals because there's no point in just going out and about and whatever. At least have a target. Okay, so capture. So this one is a capture quest. Give it a bash. Ow. I'm not getting uncomfortable, you're getting uncomfortable. Oh, spiced it up a bit. Fancy. Fish next to bananas, though. I suppose he has a cat. You won't really know that that's a bit odd. Or maybe it's just odd to me. Da 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 da. I love that cat so much. Super cool. I like how it cuts out before that lid just full on twats it on the head. That's what it's going to do. Straight to the skull. Investigation efficiency. Well, we don't need to talk about how efficient I am at investigating, thank you very much. Because that's rude.
The goal of this quest is to capture the monster. You'll fail the quest if you slay it, so be careful.
I know. I'll try.
The supplies you need to capture a monster are on site. Make absolutely sure you have trank bombs. That one's a must.
2 lots of trunk bombs. Potentially. If I can. I don't think I can.
Monster's trail.
Not what I wanted. Item box. Manage items. Will it let me? Oh, it will. Yep, 2 lots. Champion. Let's go. Spare trap. Okay, so let's go for the chicken with the egg. Oh.
Go ahead. Follow the scout flies.
Oh, excuse me. I still think it's weird that they sniff them. I know there's a point to it, but I still think it's weird. Oh, hey! Have you got a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior?
Ooh. You need to wear it down first. The scout
Really?
flies will hide once the fight breaks out.
Don't kill it, don't kill it, don't kill it. Don't run from the Lord!
Got your target on the ropes. Now put down a trap and capture it.
Alright. Wait, no, come back! Fuck! Took too long. Good thing I have spares. There it is. Don't run from the Lord! Where the fuck did he run to? Uh-huh. Excuse me, coming through. Thank you. Why can't I put the... Oh no, because I've got the other trap over there. Are you kidding? Hold that thought. Of course he's on the move. Really? Come on, are you not just stepping it? God's sake. I love all the things just like, I'll heal you. I don't fucking need it. I pressed the wrong button. Don't mind me, birdie. Now, you would ever so kindly. That was quick. X!
You can't carve materials from a
Nearly.
captured monster. However, you will receive more
Naughty.
rewards than usual once the quest is over.
Mine. Oh. You rang. The delay is fucking us. I know, right? Are you watching on your phone? Because there's a bigger delay on your phone than there is on PC or laptop or whatever. But yeah, that delay. PC, I'm trying to time it right. Oh. Shame. I'm sure you'll get there. Don't worry. Okay. Now we have an advert in about 5 minutes. Ish. I prefer these earphones to the... Ooh, I've just pressed a button.
Hey, partner.
To the big headset. By now my ears would have been hurting.
Oh, yeah.
Have I done any of these?
Hello, Fiver.
Hello. How are you today? That's what I think she's like. Tailgate vouchers. Oh, they're completed. Right.
Hello. Good to see you.
I didn't mean to speak to him a second time.
Good luck.
Thanks. Oh, capture a Baroth. Receive 500 points. Oh, thanks.
Yes?
So basically what we've got to do is just keep doing optionals and going on expeditions, and we'll eventually find enough prints. Couldn't think of the word. And then we'll be allowed to go play more. So. Time to go and catch a Barry. Let's do this! I might change the weapon. What do you think? What should we go for? Got sword and shield. big sword, katana. I did quite like the charge blade. Where's that? I did like the swift axe as well, actually. Run, 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 run. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do.
Want something making?
No. Ah, there it is. We can increase that. Oh, ad will be starting in 1 minute, so I won't leave on the expedition until the advert's over. Can we increase it once more? Nope, we need a commendation. Rathalos. Do 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 do. Ooh, hang on. Preview. That's nice. Restock. Boop boop be doo. Ad is currently on. I lost track of time very briefly there. Let's have a look. Take what one just in case. Because it can't hurt. I mean, it will hurt, but it can't hurt to take them. And that one. And now we wait, so I'll switch it to the screen. I was gonna say, well, let's switch it to the other screen. I like this song. It's good. So how's everybody's night going? How's everything playing out? Do 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 do. Ow. I deserve that. I've lost the other mouse. Handy, innit? Can you see Bella? Say hi. Do you want to say hi to everybody? Nope, she wants to fuck off out the sitting room. That's fine. Don't say hi to everybody. They don't even want to talk to you. That was mean. Ooh. It's just right up in my face there, wasn't it? Do 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 do. It's a pain that this Rathian thing's just like, oh, you're just going to have to do other investigations and wander around for a bit and we'll eventually say you found enough. You got to wait for them to respawn and everything. I want to do it now. Do you want to come and say hi? Well, you can't come up there. You can come up here. Come up here. Come on. Up. Right. Now you can say hi. Say hi, everybody. Still needs a haircut. I know. I'll get there. Oh, everybody's back from the adverts. Say bye, everybody. Say hello. No, we're not playing today. You're not going to say hello. You're not getting on my knee. No. And she's left enough because she can't get on my knee. Ooh. Do, 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 do. Right. Shall we continue? I love this song. Do, 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 do. Okay, depart now. So we've gone for sword and... Well, no. Power sword? Somebody's sword. It's not a sword and shield. It's a something-y sword. Charge sword. Fucking hell, that was difficult. Just like me. Difficult. Anyway. Hi. Yep. Yeah, I got that. Yep. I've just had a cheesy chip delivery. Oh yeah. Their hair's annoying as now. Okay. Take the extra goodies. No, you can't have cheesy chips. They're my cheesy chips. Go away. No. Whee! Ooh, sorry. Not a single track. Jesus. I mean, yes, I already know where to find it. That's not the point, you know what I mean? I say that and it's not even on the map, of course. Right, there's got to be tracks here. Didn't say. They're bloody frequents. A bit stupid if they weren't here. Boop. Oh. Works! Only reason that didn't work is because chat moved, because my chat disconnected and reconnected as you sent that. So I saw it. Saw his pet. Better luck next time. Oh no. Are you mad? Hello. Right in the fat. Ooh. Oh. That happened. Hit it. All that. Oh no! Go, go, go. No. Oh, you deserve that. Don't make me do it. I'm not making you do nothing. Saying
Get
nothing.
yourself out of that gunk before you do anything else.
I'm trying to get out of the fucking gunk. Jesus. Are you finished? Stop doing that. Very annoying. Take that. Don't do it. Don't encourage him.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
God damn it.
Folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Now. Let's all be nice. We're all friends here.
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
I always encourage it. I know,
Money
but
don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure. My money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
I'll time you out.
My money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Oh, I jumped over. I was gonna get it in there. Good. I was having to bite my tongue because I was gonna be like, "You done?" But then I was like, "No," because if you fucking send another one.
Now, keep hitting it with trank bombs until the effect kicks in.
Woohoo! Eat eat. Whoop whoop. Stupid ass. We were successful. Didn't find any fucking footprints though.
Money don't jiggle jiggle. It folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Oh wait, I lied.
That was mean. That was very mean. You're a mean, mean lady. I appreciate it. Thank you. Stop it. That was naughty. Shouldn't lie. Cheesy chip, you're good. That's all you had to say. Yeah. So spank me for being naughty. I mean, what?
Oh yeah.
Maybe your punishment shall be no punishment. I don't like it.
Good to see you. Good luck.
Oh, you've set him off now. Right, so we did that one. What's the next one? Do, 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 do. I set a lot of people off. Ew! I mean... talent. What's the chances of finding footprints there, though? We'll hunt a Rathian, see if we find any there. Because I don't think we're going to find them in Coral Highlands, but we might. Should have seen the red corset from the other night. Ooh, a red corset. I like corsets. I've got a couple upstairs. I always feel like I look a bit weird in them though. Because when you're like busty, They sit weird. But please do tell about this red corset. Cyber would very much like to hear about your red corset. None of mine are the super rigid ones. Ah! Advisable. Ooh! I shall see it. Right, that can go, that can go, that can go. It's a Rathian, isn't it? That can go, that can go. Keep that. That can... I think the last, like, not steel boned one I got died. We don't need to get into how it died, but it died. What am I looking for? That. Ow. I have hair trapped. Indeed. Now that you're thinking about it. Mm. Hi, Griffin. Griffin. What are you doing? Other than being a little shit. Hmm? Hi. Are you coming up? Don't claw at my chair. Don't do it. Stop it. Yeah, see, that's why you don't claw at the chair, you get stuck. Did you hear that? Ripping my chair. What you doing? Come here. No. Are you coming? I haven't got all day for you. Dude. If he wants to, he'll turtle. Right. Okay, with money. Yeet. Itchy face. Okay, so normal Rathian and then question mark Rathian. Fab. Ooh, we'll get a helper. Hello. Are you gonna pick a friend out? Senor Bob. Thank you. Technically Senor Pete or Bob, but I just keep saying Bob. Okay. Oh, I want the mushroom. Go away. Different. Is this the jungle way? Yes. Whoop. Rathian. Oh, there it is. Need to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Ooh. That's normally the reaction people give to that, yeah. Ooh! Didn't get me. Nope, okay. Yes. Nice. Understandable. Oh, now I'm poisoned and on fire. And my TV's going to shut down. Anything else? And I shouldn't ask that. Ooh! I can't hit this because I chopped off your tail. Deserve that.
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
God damn it!
I'd like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure.
Will you desist? In the bum. Oh, we're not doing this fucking back and forth bollocks. No. Okay, apparently we are. You asked for that one. What did I do? I didn't say it to you. Yes, you are. I'm not sorry I chopped your tail off now. At all. Because you're a prick. In fact, I'm gonna slice it open in front of you. Because I'm a prick. I wasn't watching, plus Thirsty Fanny messaged me to say it's just it's a conspiracy. I would never. That's literally how it went through my head. I would never. And sadly, you like being told what to do. So it's just me winning in that one. Terrible. Right, where did you go? I was just curious what that button did. Give me a big jumpy bitch. Really? Can you not kick the frog? Kick the frog! Run away from the frog! Oh, now we're paralyzed, you stupid git. I prefer not to listen. Yeah, take that out right in the fucking kisser, bitch. Bella, what on earth are you doing? Oh! Darn it. We call them rats. Yes. Yes, we do. I prefer the term picky. Oh, sorry. Stabbing the friend cat. hurry up, hurry up. Ooh, you have a panda squish? Oops, not what I meant to do. No, stop it. I didn't chop my weapon, did I? That's what I was trying to get you to do, stupid. I ordered a weighted panda squish. It was shipped today and delivered. Ooh, that sounds good. I have a panda squish behind me. How are you? I was going to say, how are you not dead? Alright, that's a bit dramatic. Come on now. That was probably like, I'm dying! Like, alright, calm down. Do it quietly. Right, are there any other fucking Rathian tracks? Anyway, anyone? I feel like I may have to go on an expedition to do them. Oh, the humanity, right? Nobody knows the trouble he sees. Anyway, no. No. Yeah, I got a panda squishy. I also have a panda sushi roll over there. A giant life-size-ish panda under my bed because I had to vacuum seal it because it was like big. Pandas. Oh, excuse me. So we're reaching the 3-hour mark, which normally means I should raid out. Ow. And I'm a bit uncomfortable, so I may raid out. I am going to open a VC though. So if anyone would like to sit and chat in a VC, I'm on being a VC. Who do we raid, I wonder? I may get these footprints offline, because it's going to take a while, and I might have to... I won't do any of the optional quests or anything like that. I'm literally just going to go on an expedition.
Oh, yeah.
And just find them. They don't piss me off. Yay! So, hang on. We will... Oh, I'll save. Do 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 do. Right, so
Money don't jiggle jiggle.
you little
It folds.
shite.
I like to see you wiggle wiggle for sure.
Take my bitties, woman.
Take my bitties, woman.
I kind of don't have an option right now, but I am going to fucking get revenge tomorrow. You just wait. Right, who are we going to raid? So, Exile. Oh, Exile is playing with Maxwell, isn't he? Should we go see Maxwell? They're currently playing Sniper Elite. Or... yeah, why not? Yeah. Okay. Oh, na that we rock to this. Of course it didn't work. Why would it work? Raid subscriber. Raid follower. There we go. Okay, my lovelies. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the biddies that I will seek revenge for, so help me. I do appreciate it. Thank you very much for the raids. It was a good first stream back after having a little bit of time off because of lovely medications that are lovely and lovely. We will be back tomorrow. I will get these Rathian tracks done ready for tomorrow, so we can go straight into just bashing shit again. I can't really think of much spiel. I apologise. I appreciate you greatly. And I will see you guys tomorrow or in the VC or both. But until next time, I appreciate you. Bye, guys.